There were reports after and studies afterward where people were indicating what they call, what one person called a cry wolf effect, which is basically that because we issued this agency issued a false alert, the next time an alert is issued, we would hope it didn't happen, but if an alert was issued, people would be less likely to respond quickly to that.
Kaitlin Martinez, graduate student in the communication program at Notre Dame of Maryland University, analyzed this cry wolf real-life incident and what you can do to prevent it for your future messaging. Hello, I'm Eric Singer. This is Argonne's Public Affairs, Science, and Technology Past Fusion Cell Flash Briefing for the week of May 27, 2019.
According to the FCC report, there was a miscommunication on January 13, 2018, when the state of Hawaii's Emergency Management Agency ran a drill and an employee mistook the drill for a real incident and issued a widespread alert using the Wireless Emergency Alert Network, which is a national network that's tied to it's a national system tied to the wireless network. It's used for severe weather alerts, for missing people alerts. They issued the alert basically saying, ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii, seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. And this went nearly statewide across the wireless network.
Drills and exercises are great ways to test your system, but as Kaitlin zeroed in on, there were missing pieces to this exercise puzzle that caused a ripple effect of problems.
Plan strategically. And that includes, having a strategic communication lens when you're doing your emergency management planning. One example of that would be to consider context. During the time of this incident, there were tensions between the United States and North Korea. So the context of the situation, the context in which this drill was occurring, was a somewhat realistic context. And so planning strategically, you would keep that in mind and maybe put some safeguards in place to obstruct some sort of reaction, which is what happened. An employee reacted and misunderstood the drill, but also the context, I believe, probably had something to do with the actions. Next, for planning strategically and using a strategic communication lens would be how we craft our emergency messages. So one of the studies that occurred after the incident noted that people, if they don't understand the information that's within the actual notification, they're less likely to respond. So ballistic missile is a somewhat foreign threat. It's not something we're very familiar with, like wildland fire, which is something we experience here pretty frequently. And so people are less likely to respond effectively. So when you're crafting those messages, include what is the threat, why should someone be concerned, and what exactly they should do.
A government or large organization also has a bureaucratic mindset issue to factor in.
One of the challenges that happened in this incident was basically they issued the alert, and there was a 38-minute delay before an official all-clear message was issued again. So during that 38 minutes, there was quite a bit of confusion and panic that occurred. And part of the reason why, according to these reports, is because the agency wasn't able to get the right folks in the room to figure out what to do next once the alert was issued. One of the reports noted that there was no two-person check, basically, before the message was sent out. So make sure you put a system in place to obstruct the potential for human error, considering the context of the situation. Also, and integrate strategic communication specialists into your design of your exercises and execution. So if something does go wrong, you can respond.
And don't forget a key component in your Public Information Officer toolbox. Immediately use social media to stop the flow of misinformation and push out the real 411.
In the world of emergency management, it's important that communication is effective. It's such a critical component. I said this quite often as a communication specialist, is that oftentimes we treat communication as a step at the end of the process. And we need to move to a place of integrating communication as part of the process.
If you'd like to hear previous Alexa Flash briefings, like the Argonne Past Fusion Cell Facebook page and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Past Fusion Cell. You can also check out the Past Fusion Cell's online toolkit for useful templates and information. Go to pastfusion.gss.anl.gov. This is your Flash Briefing.